What's going on, everybody? You got Tone here, and we are here with the battle for week number 5 of the NPA Minors against TrevCL and the Houston Toxapexans. Now, if you missed the team builder, the link will be in the description down below, or probably it's like a paste spin or of the team if you don't want to go back and watch the team builder. But just for more of a condensed version of what I'm bringing in this battle, I have a Spadef, Taunt, Toxic Spikes, Dual Stab, Drapion, Support, Lantern, Wish, Stealth Rock, Ferium Z, Clefable, Bulky, a Bulky Crobat, an Adamant Choice Scarf Diggersby, and a sub bulk up Mega Gallade. So see the team Trev decided to bring. He decided to bring Zapdos, Serperior, Arcanine, Mimikyu, Bronzong, and Mega Tyranitar. So the first thing I noticed, no Dragalge. So if I get up a T-Spike, it is essentially up for the rest of the game unless that Zapdos is packing Defog. Another thing to note is the fact that he didn't bring Dragalge, and I was actually afraid about him bringing potentially a Palossand, because like I said in the team builder, Ghost plus Ground is actually very, very good against my team. The only thing I really take a hit is Diggersby, but Ice Punch isn't doing much back to Palossand if he's max HP, max defense, bold, which is actually kind of a problem. And I also mentioned that I didn't want to go for Scald on the Lantern, mainly because I didn't want to activate Water Compaction, give him a +2 boost, and I don't need my Lantern to take a Earth Power, so I'm very, very happy to not see Palossand. So in terms of potential leads for Trev, he could decide to lead it off with either his Tyranitar or his Bronzong, whichever one gets access to Stealth Rock. I still figure that my best lead is the Drapion, because it does have the best matchup against at least 3 of his Pokemon, being Serperior, Mimikyu, and potentially Arcanine. If he's a more defensive spread, I can taunt that, prevent it from going for Wilbus. I can potentially taunt uninvested Zapdos, prevent that from going for a not Toxic, but more like a Thunder Wave or whatnot, if he decided to go that route. But I still felt as though it was in my best interest to get up my Toxic Spikes as soon as I possibly could here. So I'm going to leave with my Drapion, as he's going to end up going and leading off with his Bronzong. So I figure he's going to try to go for Rocks here. I'm going to click Taunt turn 1 just to see if he went for a Stealth Rock, and he's sure enough tried to go for Stealth Rock. So now he's going to switch out into his Mega Tyranitar, and I'm going to click my Toxic Spikes up. Now this does suck on the off because of the fact that I do not have a good switch on the Mega Tyranitar. So I want to make the ballsy play here. I'm going to go hard into my Crobat. Even though I kind of need a Crobat as a Serperior check, I do have 2 others. He's going to Mega Evolve here, and he's going to go for a Dragon Dance. So I'm like, okay, I could probably take a Stone Edge at +1 with my defense investment. So I'm just going to click Super Fang here to try to get as much damage as I possibly can. Notice that I'm faster, so he is definitely not Jolly Mega T-Star. He goes for another Dragon Dance here. So now he definitely outspeeds me. I'm just going to stand and try to get off another Super Fang for extra damage, and he's going to go for the Crunch and just blow back my Crobat. So Crobat does go down here, which sucks, but now he's going to go on my Clefable. Now, the Super Fang damage was definitely necessary, because now that I saw that he was out of that Mega Tyranitar, he had to have some bulk, and this is why I'm very, very thankful that I brought Ferium Z in this battle, because of the fact that if I did not bring Ferium Z, I would have to play around Stone Edge with the Mega T-Tar, and 2 Stone Edges definitely. He can 2-KO me with Stone Edge before I can 2-KO him with Moonblast, and I felt as though it was my best interest to just get the Z move out the way, because I'm pretty sure he's not expecting me to run a Z Crystal on Clefable, so I'm very, very happy that I have it. And plus, it will be a kind of a waste for him to waste the +2 attack and then bank on the fact that I'm not unaware, although he has to probably assume I am unaware because of how quickly I went out into Clefable instead of going out into Gallade, because I believe Gallade could take, no, Gallade can't take a Crunch from +2, so Clefable was my best option here. So I'm just going to pop my Z Moonblast here. Just go for a Stone Edge here, and he unfortunately gets a crit. But I do get to go for my Z Moonblast, hit him with the Twinkle Tackle, and down goes Mega T-Tar. So I'm grateful that T-Tar is gone. Humongous threat is out of the way. But at the same time, the crit extremely sucks because of the fact that I needed Clefable healthy to check the Serperior and check the Mimikyu. So Clefable's usefulness is very, very limited unless I can try to get up a Wish against something. And the only thing I can really get up a Wish against is Bronzong. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to switch out my Clefable here. I'm going to go hard into my Lantern because it's my dedicated Lantern. Lantern's my dedicated Zapdos switch, and he's going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, which I'm assuming. So now I want to fire off a Toxic here and just try to put this thing on a timer. As he goes for his own Toxic, which I don't mind at all because I am packing the Heal Bell. So I'm going to pop off the Heal Bell this coming turn here. As he's just going to go for a Roost. Expecting me to be like faster or something, I don't know. But I'm going to reveal the Heal Bell, so get rid of the Poison. And now I'm going to go for Volt Switch here because he doesn't have any Electric Resist, which is fine by me. And he's going to go for Toxic again. I'm going to just fire off a Volt Switch. Get some good chip damage off on the Zapdos here. I'm going to go directly into my Diggersby. Try to force the thing out with an Ice Punch, but I'm instead... I believe I go for U-turn this time. Oh, I double back into Lantern, expecting him to go into I forgot what, I think it was Arcanine. I'm not Arcanine, Bronzong. So I double back into Lantern, he went for Hidden Power Ice here. So now I'm going to go for Volt Switch again. This time he switches out and goes to the Bronzong. So now I think this is my best opportunity to go back into my Clefable here. And this was kind of the 50-50 at this point for me, because I had two options at this point. It's either I would try to get up my Stealth Rock here, or I try to go for the Wish. Now, I figured it was in my best interest to go for Stealth Rock first, because I know my Clefable outspeeds this Bronzong, and me not getting up Stealth Rock here to not put pressure on the Zapdos would be a big waste of opportunity here. So, I go for the Rocks at this particular point, and he decides to get up his own Stealth Rock here as well. So if I went for Wish first, I could have protected the following turn and then be back to about 61%-ish. But I get to throw up a Wish as he comes with Gyro Ball. So I get to go into my Mega Gallade here. I'm now going to click Mega Evolve and go for Substitute on the off chance he gets that Toxic. But he just decides to go for a Future Sight, which is a pretty cool tech on his part. So I'm back to full here. I get the now I get to go for a Bulk Up here just to see what he plans on doing here. I don't know if Gyro Ball breaks my sub at +1, but he gets a crit. I don't know if the crit would have helped him, but I'm going for sub one more time just to see if Gyro Ball does break it at +1, and sure enough it does. And then after the Future Side attack, which doesn't do much. So I get to go for Bulk Up one more time, because I know I take one Gyro Ball, another Gyro Ball from this Bronzong. So I'm pretty low here, so I'm going to click Drain Punch at this point, get some health back. Does do a good chunk, as he's going to go for a Gyro Ball again and just keep me low. So now I want to make a bit of an over prediction. I'm going to click Zen Headbutt on the off chance he wanted to go into Mimikyu to try to preserve the Bronzong. It would have helped me a lot if I got the flinch, but I don't want to wish for hacks. So I take out the Bronzong with the Drain Punch, but he gets to go into Mimikyu. I died to Stealth Rock Re-entry, so I'm just going to take out my Mega Gallade with the Straddle Sneak. Reveals he's Life Orb, so that's very, very nice. So all that extra chip damage is very, very good for me. Now I'm going to go out into my Drapion here. I'm just going to click Poison Jab with the Drapion gone. Poison Jab is pretty free against his team. He decides to go into Arcanine here as he takes the rocks and the poison damage. Go for the Poison Jab. That's a good chunk. There is no Intimidate, so he was definitely Flash Fire for my Volcarona. So I'm going to go Poison Jab again, but he goes for Flare Blitz, does a crap ton, and takes out my takes himself out to Recoil, which sucks immensely because with Clefable gone and Crobat gone, my Serperior checks are very, very, well, they're non-existent now. So basically, I had to sack off Drapion because I died at Stealth Rock Re-entry to the Leaf Storm. I would have to bank on him missing Leaf Storm, which I don't want to wish for hacks. But now I'm going to go on into my Diggersby at least. So this was kind of another play because if he was Serperior, he definitely won right here. The only thing that would have to happen is he would have to miss a Leaf Storm. And like I said, I don't want to have hacks factor in the result of any league battle. So I'm just hoping and praying he's not Scarf Serperior. I'm just going to click U-turn, not going to overpredict or anything. And he wasn't Scarf, and I take out the Serperior with the U-turn. So another threat gone. So I get to go onto my Lantern here. I think the Stealth Rock gets the poison damage, but I get to get up for free Volt Switch here. And he gets to go. He goes on the Mimikyu, which is even better for me because I needed this disguise busted. As he goes for a Sword Dance here, I do not care. I'm gonna pop the disguise, which is great, so I can go on to my Diggersby. But then here is where I kind of got into my own head, so to speak. So you see it. The Mimikyu took poison damage. It's at 41%. I did the calcs before I made this play, and Ice Punch from my Diggersby does 51 to 60% to a Mimikyu that has no bulk investment. But for some reason, I was like, okay, what if he's a max? For some reason, he's a max HP Life Orb Mimikyu, and I have run max HP Life Orb Pokemon before, aka Lucario. But I kind of got into my own head here. Like, if I click Ice Punch here and he doesn't drop, then I lose the game, because if his Mimikyu lives, I would have to go off of Lantern, just constantly clicking Heal Bell, wearing itself down with toxic damage, and I would potentially lose 1-0 because Zapdos has reliable recovery, Lantern doesn't. So I'm going to ensure that I can win with my Diggersby. And what I end up doing here, I end up clicking U-turn for two reasons. One, I didn't want him to know I had Ice Punch. I wanted him to think I didn't have a way to touch the Zapdos. And two, on the off chance he does go into Zapdos, which I forgot to say that pressure was not revealed on Zapdos, so he was static, and because he was static, he did not have defog, or else he would have went for it by now. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to click U-turn. I'm going to sack off my Lantern to ensure that Ice Punch kills Mimikyu from this range, whatever. So yeah, he goes for play rough, takes out my Lantern, but now I get to go back into my Diggersby. It's definitely in range of the Ice Punch, and after Stealth Rock damage, Zapdos is going to drop to the next Ice Punch. So I potentially squandered differential away in terms of me making that last play, sacking off Lantern, but I wanted to put myself in the best position to win the game. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. We do win 1-0 over Trev and the Houston Toxapexans. So I am very, very happy that the plan didn't go as well as I hoped. I was hoping to get the Mega Gallade in, but there was just too much stuff to pressure Gallade into setting up bulk ups, especially the Bronzong, the priority Mimikyu. I would have to get like a crap ton of bulk ups to prevent getting destroyed by Mimikyu. And then offensive, I believe that was offensive Arcanine, considering it did 91 to my Drapion. Potentially Choice Bandit, I don't know. But nonetheless, we do pick up the 1-0 win. I am very happy that hacks didn't play a role in the outcome of the battle. The Stone Edge crit on the Clefable did suck, like I said, but it didn't really matter much in the grand scheme of things, especially considering, like I said, if he was Scarf Serperior, he definitely won at that point. And the fact that he wasn't, it was revealed afterwards he was Z Leaf Storm from my bulkier Pokemon, which does make sense. So I'm very happy with the result of this battle. We are now 4-1, +7 differential, and we are back at the top of the division with 3 games left to go. So first off, a very good game to Trev. He played a great game. He brought a solid team. And I encourage you guys to check him out if you are not subscribed to this man already. So that is going to be it from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and all that good stuff. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Be sure to tune in for week number 6 of the NPA Minors, where we take on Johnny GB and the Oregon Ducklets. So hope you guys are looking forward to that as much as I am. And until the next time, guys, my name is Anthony, aka Tone. I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side. Later.